Hi folks, Ken here. This is the Blade McX2 helicopter, and if you have been having problems with the forward control and the reverse control, it's probable that your landing skid and battery holder frame has a break in it. I'll show you a broken one here shortly. This is the broken landing skid and battery holder. I'll point out where the break is. It's right in there. Kind of tough to see. But you can see that it'll push down, and it's broken right in this spot here. What the problem it was causing was that when I put the battery into the battery holder, because the frame was broken, the battery itself was pushing up against the forward and reverse servo, which would not allow the helicopter to go forwards or backwards. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to replace that landing skid and battery holder frame. The first part that needs to be done is the removal of the front body cover. There are two pins holding both the rear and the front body cover together, and they are right here, and the pins are on both sides of the helicopter. So what you have to do is get your finger into the back and pry the cover off those two pins. Now the front body cover is removed. The next step is to take off the back body cover, and before you do that, there is a connector to the control board which is used to illuminate the LEDs, and that connector is right here. So I'll be taking that off next. So now the LED connector is off, and the next thing that we need to do is, again, in taking the rear body cover off, you just pull the plastic over these two pins on both sides of the helicopter. I'll take that off. So now we have the rear body cover off, and there's one thing that I want to point out is when you remove the rear body cover, you need to, I'll just point out where it wraps around the landing skid legs, and you need to take note of this little slot that goes around the landing gear legs. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to take the landing gear skid off and battery holder. What you need to do is pry the back and the front pins that go into the body mechanism. Shown here is the broken landing skid and battery holder, and the pins that go into the body mechanism are shown here and here, and also on this landing skid you can see where the break is right there. Of course, putting the helicopter back together is in the reverse order on how I showed you in taking it apart. And I'll just go through the sequence once more. And one thing to note is that the landing gear front is shown here with the upward bend in the landing gear itself. So the sequence is put the back cover on and make note that there are slots that need to go around the legs, and then the next step, once you've put the body cover on the two pins here and here, you then connect the LED connector back onto the main control board, and then the final step is to put the front cover going over top of the back body cover and feeding it through the two pins on the body mechanism of the helicopter. So there it is. The helicopter is all back together, and I'll just point out that the forward mechanism, you can see the servo moving up and down, is free now with the new landing gear and battery holder skid, and the left and right servo is working as well. So if you have any questions, please put your comments in below, and hope this helps. Take care.